What's up YouTube, Jamie the Kid 00 here, coming to you guys with a brand new video. So today I'm joined by Liam here at my Mana Screw Locals. He's going to be giving us kind of our first introduction to the Infernoble Knight deck. And from what you were suggesting, it's kind of almost like a dress rehearsal for you before you play it at the next Locals.
It is indeed. I sort of know what some of the cards do. I've played it online. I haven't really played it much in person, and I don't really like online play, so I'm still very new to what's going on with the deck.
Absolutely, but I don't have this list, and I really want to be able to bring it across to you guys, and I'm interested to kind of hear like your thought process, I suppose, as you've been approaching it.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's loads of different lists floating around with this, but I've gone for the more pure route because I prefer consistency over sustainability.
Makes sense.
So, like, if you look at the way I play Heroes, the way I play Fluffles, they are on other channels. I think you might have one featured yourself.
Yes, and of course people can check across with Rufio.
Yeah, so there's been a few cross-channel things featuring my uber consistent, I want to play 3 copies of everything decks.
Of course, potentially powering down, but to ensure that you do the same thing every single time.
Basically, consistency over sustainability is generally my motto.
Well, what I'll do is I'll drop the camera in. We're not going to do face cam because, like in the Eldritch video, I said we are all in absolute state because it's 34 degrees in here.
It is indeed. It is rancid, but so, we will go with it.
Yeah, let's dive straight into the old profile.
Yeah.
With just this card is absolutely insane. Like I need to pick some up for my Plunder Patrol, but
I kind of want deck that makes I want 3, but I only have 2. So it is 2 Immortal Phoenix Gearfried.
Yeah,
I'm going to pick one back up because I cannot read upside down.
Yeah, by all means. So introduce us to some of these.
It is 2.
It's all new.
So Immortal Phoenix Gearfried is the centerpiece of the deck. So I can banish an equip spell from my graveyard to special summon this card from my hand. Spot on. At the start of the damage step, if this card attacks, I can equip 1 face-up monster on the field to this card from either side of the field as an equip spell to give it 500 attack. And if a monster effect is activated, I can send 1 face-up equip card I control to the graveyard to negate the activation and destroy that card. I can only use each effect of Phoenix Gearfried once per turn.
So, of course, going first, he's a negate. Going second, he's still obviously a negate, and
he's a negate and beat stick.
Steal your thing.
Yeah, so if you've only got 1 monster on the board, I'm going to rob it and just hit you directly.
Yeah, that's kind of nasty.
So, yeah, two Gearfrieds.
Heart and soul.
Yep. So, moving on to some of the Infernoble Knights.
Yeah.
So, I'm playing 3 copies of Olgier. So, there is a lot of... I
don't know why, I'm getting Vanguard art vibes from Olgier.
Yeah, a lot of it looks like Cardfight Vanguard, but it's just because they are flamey sword boys, and everyone seems to be on sword boys at the moment. So again, can't read upside down.
Yeah, talk to me about Olgier.
So while he's an equipped card, the equipped monster cannot be destroyed by card effects. So I can use each of the following effects of Olgier once per turn. So if he was normal or special summoned, I can send 1 Noble Arms card or Fire Warrior monster, except Olgier, from my deck to the graveyard. And if he is in the graveyard, I can target 1 warrior monster I control and equip this card to that monster. So a lot of the Infernoble Knights have that. If they're in the grave, they can come back as equipped spells. And a lot of them have Send and Search.
So yeah, a lot of them have utility on both ends.
It's very much like Fluffles, where I'm going to dump a load of stuff to the graveyard to be able to get effects off very quickly.
Yes.
So I am playing a 40 card deck, so again, consistency, because I have seen a couple of 50 cards and 60 card variants go in.
Now, they probably have higher power ceilings, but of course they're much more likely to brick on a lot of the utility cards like Buster Drake and things like that.
Yeah. So yeah, 3 Olgier. So, and then another centerpiece is 3 Renaud. So yeah, again.
Sorry, I was thinking about making like a French car joke because it sounded like Renault. That was why there was the awkward pause, but then I was like, I can't come up with anything funny.
So he's in here as an extender. So if you control a Fire Warrior monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If he's summoned, he's also treated as a tuner.
Okay,
so he becomes a level 1 tuner. Yeah.
Oh, that too.
So I can only special summon Infernoble Knight Renaud once per turn this way. If he is special summoned, and it doesn't matter whether it's any effect or anything else, I can target 1 of my Fire Warrior monsters or 1 of my equipped spells that is banished or in my graveyard and add it to my hand.
Of course.
So, but I can only use this effect once per turn.
Makes sense.
So he's basically an extender and a hand fixer at the same time. So why not?
Yeah, 3 extension and also fixing you, moving better towards your combos.
So continuing on with the Infernobles, I'm playing 2 Olivers. So I'm not sure whether I want to up this to 3 or not.
Okay.
But what he does is, while he's an equipped card, your opponent cannot target the cannot target the equipped monster with card effects. So, and I can only use each of the following effects once per turn again.
Yeah.
So I can send a Fire Warrior monster or one equipped spell from my hand or face up on the field to the graveyard to special summon this card from my hand as a level 1 monster.
So again,
so he is a warrior tuner, so I can it's another extender as a level 1 tuner. If he's in my graveyard, I can target a warrior monster I control and equip this card to that monster under my control.
That's brilliant. And it's all about protecting, of course, the Synchro boss monsters, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Because their effects are super good, but they're a little weak in terms of self-protection. That's where these guys come in, right?
Yeah. So the last card I'm playing in the Infernoble Knight package is Astfollow.
Okay, I've not seen this one, so talk to me about this.
So it's a one-of.
Yeah.
So I am going to flip it so it's upside down.
Yeah.
I can banish a Fire Warrior monster from my hand or graveyard to special summon this card from my hand.
Sure.
And I can make this card's level become the level of that banished monster.
Okay.
So a bit of level manipulation. So if I banish a level 4, it becomes a level 4, which is going to tie into some of my other text later on.
Relevant.
Yeah. So I can banish this card from the graveyard to special summon the banished card during the second standby after this effect's activation. So if this hits the graveyard afterwards, I can then banish the card that was banished for this. I can special summon the banished card for this card's effect. So it works a bit like a gold sarcophagus.
Makes sense.
So, and then I can special summon one of my... so you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon this banished card during the second standby effects after this effect's activation. Then I can special summon one of my other Fire Warrior monsters that's banished or in the graveyard, so it special summons 2.
Cool.
So again, I can only activate each effect of this card once per duel, which is why it's a one-off.
Yeah. It's there when you need it, and of course it advances the play, but it's not something that's compulsory.
So then on to some of the other techs that aren't strictly Noble Knights. So I'm playing 3 Sublimation Knight.
Yes.
So this card is like mini Gearfried.
Did this come out in Toon Chaos?
It did come out in Toon Chaos. So if he's normal or special summoned, I can equip 1 Fire Warrior or 1 Gemini monster from my hand or deck to this card as an equip spell that gives this card 500 attack, which is really relevant.
Yeah.
So if this card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card while equipped with a Gemini monster, I can special summon as many of those Gemini monsters from my graveyard as possible as effect monsters that gain their effect. That bit doesn't really matter so much, but it's the fact that you can equip certain cards like tuners and that to it straight away.
Of course.
So there is a couple of cards that I am playing that are relevant.
Yeah.
And again, all of the Infernobles can be equipped to this card.
Yes. Which interacts with
and then subsequently sent to the graveyard and so on and so forth. So I'm then playing 3 Midrot.
Now this is the old-fashioned guy. This guy was crazy when he came out.
Yep.
And are those American?
I've got 2 Americans and 1 English.
I'm setting the OCD, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Save the American one on time. He's going to pick it up.
Yeah. I'm going to pick it up. So it's treated as normal monster while it's face up on the field. If it's equipped with a Noble Arms equipped spell, it becomes an effect monster with this effect. So this card becomes dark and its levels increased by 1. Once per turn, if I control no other monsters, I can special summon a Noble Knight monster from my deck and face up defense position, except Midroll, and if I do, destroy 1 equipped spell I control.
And that includes all the Infernobles.
Yeah. So Infernobles are still Noble Knights.
Yeah,
so it's literally, if I can drop this, it is if I'm going second, it's an OTK combo.
It's an OTK going second. That's disgusting.
Yeah. So and then I'm playing 1 Fire Flint Lady.
Yep.
So if I control a warrior monster, I can special summon this card from my hand. I can also send this card from the field to the graveyard to special summon 1 level 4 or lower warrior monster from my hand, and if I do, your opponent cannot target it with card effects this turn.
Yeah, so she just lets you accelerate so many things.
Yeah, so again, it's only 1 because there's other ways to search it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, it's pretty dumb, and the fact that it can extend through itself. So and then I'm playing 1 Squeak Knight. So this is my main.
This card.
This is my main Sublimation target. Sublimation Knight target. When it's it's a union. It's also a level 1. It's also a Fire Warrior, which makes a lot of sense. So if this card is special summoned, I can activate this card effect. So you treat this card as a tuner this turn. Also, I can only special summon once from the extra deck for the rest of the turn. So if I have to be pushing for the kill.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but once per turn, I can either target. I can basically use the standard union thing. So I can either equip this, or I can unequip it. So I can equip this onto the Sublimation Knight and then special summon it.
And that's your free extension. That's 2 warriors. It's also a tuner itself.
Yeah, so it then becomes. So I then have a level 5 synchro straight away.
Or a level 5 synchro. Yeah.
So
that's just access to 3 different combos. Essentially.
And then obviously the one
O-line for obvious combos.
Yeah, I don't need to explain
That's
this.
the bit everyone's going to understand.
Yeah, so I'm not going to explain the O-line because I don't need
utility. And of course, this is real balls to the wall stuff because there ain't no hand traps in there.
There's no hand traps in there at the moment. Obviously, this is a first draft.
Yeah.
And it is built very go second heavy. So.
Yeah. And there'll be combos that try and work out how to, I guess, you'll be working out how you can streamline that, make more space in the monster lineup, and that's what
I mean, this is a very rough first draft.
This is like, I'm playing everything I want to play, and then I'll thin it down based on what I don't like. Yeah.
So, onto the spells.
Yeah, hit me.
So, I'm playing 3 copies of Durandal.
Okay, talk to me about Durandal.
So, when this card is equipped to a monster, it doesn't matter where it's from. I can add 1 level 5 or lower fire warrior monster from my deck to my hand, then destroy this card. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, because the equipped monster is sent to the graveyard, I can target 1 level 5 or lower fire warrior monster in my graveyard and special summon it. Except I cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except warrior monsters.
Okay.
So
you have a full warrior combo.
Yeah, he's hard. It's each effect is once per turn and only once per turn.
Okay.
So yeah, I have to choose which effect I use.
Makes sense.
But it's generally it's the fact that it's an extra rotor.
Yeah, it's 3 more rotors.
Yeah. So I'm then playing 1 Joyous. So while this card is equipped to a monster, I can target 1 fire warrior monster in my graveyard and add it to my hand.
Okay. So it's warrior returning.
And then destroy this card. Yeah. So it's basically it does the same thing as Durandal, but it goes from graveyard to the deck.
Cool.
So then if this card is sent to the graveyard because the equipped monster was sent to the graveyard, I can special summon 1 fire warrior monster from my hand. So again, instead of summoning from the graveyard, it summons from the hand. So
and are each of those effects a hard once per turn? Like you can only do one of these?
Yeah, I can only use one effect and only once at a time.
Okay.
So I have to choose which one I'm using again. So and then I'm playing 1 Hawkler.
Okay.
So when this card is equipped to a monster, I can target 1 face-up monster I control. This turn, I cannot declare an attack with any monsters except the card that's equipped to this. But it can attack twice during the battle phase.
Sure.
And then at the end of the battle phase, destroy this card. If this card is sent to the graveyard, again, because the equipped monster is sent to the graveyard, I can target 1 face-up monster on the field and destroy it.
And I'm assuming there is a beefy extra deck monster in there that like wants to attack twice. Is that like pushing towards an OTK?
Yeah, it's pushing to that, but it's more if this is sent to the graveyard while it's equipped to a monster, I can destroy a card on your field, which is why it's there. Yeah. It's just a non-targeting pop, and then for obvious reasons, the old school Noble Knight combo, the 1 Phoenix Blade for the recursion.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm then playing 3 Heritage of the Chalice.
Okay. This has been around for a little while, but I don't think it's seen much coverage.
So I can add 1 Noble Knight monster or Noble Arms card from my deck to my hand.
So everything.
Or deck or graveyard to my hand. If your Noble Knight monster equipped with a Noble Arms spell is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, while this card's in my graveyard, I can add this card back to my hand.
Sure.
So I can use 1 effect per turn and only once per turn. So it's just a constant recurring.
Yeah, that's kind of dope. It's rota for anything every turn.
It's rota for anything that's noble, basically. So
that's
I can add the equipped spells
everything.
or the monsters.
Yeah.
So that searches for 85% of my deck.
Instant hand fixer.
Yeah. So I'm also playing 1 Glory of the Noble Knights. So it's just literally target a Noble Knight monster I control, equip it with equip spell from my deck that can equip to that card.
It just fishes out again. Any
so this is literally here just to basically, if I've got Midrout, I can basically go Midrout, Glory, equip, and then special summon another card from deck, and then destroy the equip spell.
Of course.
So and then onto not hand traps as such, but 3 copies of Lightning Storm because I'm focusing more on going second.
So board outs rather than board preventions.
Yeah, like if you make a board, like I think the only thing I'm going to struggle against really is like Adamantipator.
Like multi-negate boards.
Yeah. So yeah, 3 Lightning Storm, self-explanatory. 3 Call by the Grave. Yep. Because I'm going second, so
again,
I'd rather you not hand trap me. Yeah.
And you have a going first play, don't you?
I have some going first plays. My sideboard is also built more to go first.
Of course, we'll get to
and then there's also some going second counter actions dependent on matchups. So I'm playing the 1 copy of Monster Reborn. Because I'm only allowed to play 1.
Yeah.
The 1 copy of 1 for 1 because I'm only allowed to play 1. And obviously most of the deck's level 1s.
Yeah, I see one of those texts floating around in there.
Yep.
Hobby League Rotor.
Hobby League Rotor because I'm allowed to, and it looks nicer than the Platinum one that I normally play.
It always floats to the top. No, I jest.
Definitely always floats to the top, which is why I play a Platinum one. This is just here so it looks better for you guys on the camera.
Absolutely, it's going back in the binder for all the
It is literally going straight back in the binder.
And then there's this saucy little number.
So this is going to give away some of my extra deck tech, but 1 double or nothing. Because who doesn't like double or nothing?
Go second or go home, guys.
I like going second. That's why I play Heroes and Fluffles.
And did I see that you play any traps in the main board? Or is it
no traps in main board.
And that's 40 cards on the nose?
40 cards on the nose. The only trap that I would probably play main board would be Infinite Impermanence.
Of course.
And it literally I don't because they're expensive and I'm poor.
Mood. Absolutely.
Like literally.
You'd just rather actually play fun decks than play one deck with like bare expensive hand traps.
Yeah, literally. I mean, I've got a few decks
says
that
it
I
like
enjoy
this.
playing, and I get bored of playing decks very quickly. So
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
rather have a load of mediocre decks than one deck that's insane.
Absolutely, absolutely. So talk to me about this extra deck, because again, it's going to be full of cards that I think a lot of people have never seen before.
Yeah, it's got a few cards that nothing's ever seen before. So I'll start with the Link Monsters, because they're more fun.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it is
And
2
definitely more
Isolde.
approachable.
So I don't need to say any more than this.
No.
It's a search, it's a special summon, and it dumps a lot of my equip spells.
She's absolutely disgusting.
So in this especially, because the equip spells can work from the graveyard.
Oh, completely.
Filth. So 1 Needle Fiber, I'm not pronouncing that. You all know it as Needle Fiber.
Crystron Halkifibrax.
Thank you.
Guys,
At least someone's a thesaurus. So again, self-explanatory. It's extender plays for tuners, and this is a synchro based deck.
The third is Isolde.
Yep.
In fact, in some situations,
On the cheaper
it's
one cost as
probably
well.
Worse. Yeah.
Playing 1 Nightmare Unicorn.
Universal problem solver.
Yep. So super mega good. So I would be playing Access Code, but again, we're talking. I don't even have.
Yeah, you
Infinite
if you have it,
impermanences.
you can put it in.
Yeah.
If you don't,
So
carry on.
So I'll play the next best thing. So who doesn't like an attack twice win button?
Yeah, it's like £60 cheaper.
Exactly. So 1 Boral Sword, and I'm also playing 1 Link Cross.
Yeah, obvious interactions.
Yeah. So
It's a synchro deck. Free tokens. Come on.
Yeah,
You guys remember
tokens are
Doppel
good.
Warrior?
Tokens
it's a Link
are good.
monster now.
So I'm playing 1 Boral Savage.
Yeah.
I'm not going to explain it because you all know what it does.
Negates are fun. We can do all these artful things with equip
Yep.
spells, etc. Or we can just summon a monster that says negate.
I'm playing
it's on theme, it equips.
1 Coral Dragon. So it's just in there for the drawing. So it's a level 6. So depending on what the levels are.
I'm assuming you make it relatively for free, so it's just
Yeah,
a free
yeah.
draw.
So it's a free draw.
Yeah.
If I'm going first, Herald of the Arclight.
Of course, so there is a slight going first policy.
Yeah, it's literally like there was enough room in the extra deck for me to be able to include some going first cards, so that way I've only got a side main board.
Yeah.
And then for obvious reasons, Martial Metal Marcher.
Yeah, just because the
So
broken
just to keep,
interactions.
the O-line interaction's insane. So now we're on to some of the new boys.
Yeah, talk to me.
So I'm playing 2 copies of Captain Roland, and this is only because I don't have the original synchro that was dark.
Launzelin, right?
Yeah. If I had Launzelin, it would change the extra deck slightly, because then I would be able to play the Union Calraya and the Buster Whelp in the main board.
Yes.
So then, because obviously I've then got a dark type that I can then equip it to and keep you out of the extra deck going first.
Yeah, and that gives you a much better going first policy, but that's why we're playing the much more hard go second list.
Yeah, because I don't have all of the access to everything that I need at the moment.
Yeah.
It is hard go second.
Absolutely.
So this bad boy. So he's a warrior synchro tuner. So he's a level 5 synchro, and he's also a tuner. So if he's synchro summoned, I can activate this effect during the end phase of the turn. So I can send 1 equip spell from my deck to the graveyard, then add 1 warrior monster from my deck to my hand. And that's irrespective of whether, it's just if he's been synchro summoned, so he doesn't have to remain on the board.
Sure.
Which is insane. So, and if he's in my graveyard, as a quick effect, I can target 1 warrior monster I control and equip this card to that monster as an equip spell that gives it 500 attack. So I can use each effect once per turn.
Sure.
So, and because it's a quick effect, during the opponent's damage step, I can literally go, I'm going to get an extra 500 to stop you beating over me.
Yeah, it all comes up. Yeah. And there's a lot of 500s that I'm noticing through the deck, so these all stack up.
Yeah, they'll all stack up, and there's a lot. I mean, this is the main guy that revolves around using equips, and obviously you've got Immortal Phoenix Gearfried as well that is going to get massive and then be able to negate stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm also playing 1 Charles.
And the artwork on this is gorgeous. Such a nice card.
So yeah, he's a level. Is he level 9? Yeah, level 9. So he's 1 tuner, 1 non-tuner. So if an equipped card becomes equipped to a monster on the field, even during their damage step, I can destroy 1 card on the field, which is dumb.
Yep.
And the fact that the Captain Roland can do it as an interrupt, I can go do that chain during damage step, and you've not even hit me.
So they interact with each other. Yeah.
So during the end phase, I can equip 1 equip spell from my hand or graveyard to this card. Then I can equip 1 fire warrior monster from my deck to this card as an equip spell that gives it 500 attack.
So it gains all the protections of whichever monster you want in the deck.
Yeah.
And of course equips a spell.
It then gets the equip spell back out the graveyard as well, so it's always going to have at least 2 cards equipped to it. As long as it survives to the end phase.
Yeah, of course.
So absolutely insane. Each effect's hard once per turn. So
we don't really mind too much. They're good enough on their own.
Yeah. So yeah, he's pretty self-explanatory.
You're only ever making the 1 because once the 1 comes down, realistically that's game. Or
Yeah, I mean, it's either going to be game, or if you can out it, I'm probably going to lose.
Yeah,
I mean, I might in
in
future lists, I might up him to 2. But obviously, in the next set that comes out, there is a load more support for Infernables. That's going to change how this deck plays even more.
Just depends if you're going for the OTK, which is of course what this build is, or some longevity, in which case the whole landscape changes.
The final 2 cards I'm playing is the Utopia and the Utopia Double for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of level 4s. There's a lot of ways to get double level 4 to the board going second. So if you're not going to negate me, and I'm not going to play through all the synchros and the shenanigans, then I will just go for a mega OTK.
Button, right? Sometimes you're like, I want to figure out the Boral Sword OTK. I'm going to summon Utopia. I got 2 4s. Let's go.
He's literally just in there as a I don't want to think big thing go herder there.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
magicalmusketeer.jpg.
Literally, like,
Set up on a gate, stab.
Yeah.
Of course.
So why not?
Of course, that brings us to the end of the main deck, but I think with this being a going second list, it was quite important that we looked at the side deck for how we can kind of alternate into going first.
Yes, I mean, the sideboard is still a work in progress.
It's very theory, so it's a lot of the things that if you think about going first, these are a lot of the cards that you immediately think of, I guess.
So for the side deck, so obviously you can play what you want. Like, my list is just what I prefer to play because I'm a go second player.
Yeah. Am I right in understanding that pretty much every combo in the deck is 2 cards? So of course your other 3 cards are very open to being any of these cards.
Yeah. So like generally it's 1 to 2 card combos. So, but like with this, I'm playing 2 Solemn Judgments.
Yeah.
So for
the Omni Negate, it's
Omni Negate.
Rogue. Yeah.
I don't like it at 3. And I know that sounds really stupid, and you can hate me in the comments if you want, that's fine. But I think 2 is enough, and there's enough deck thinning going on that you should be able to get into one of them.
Yeah.
But that's just my personal preference.
Of course.
So then I'm playing the standard artifact package, so 3 Sanctum, 1 Scythe.
Yeah.
So for going first, just to keep you out of that extra deck.
It forces them to let you go second.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it does, because you're stopping them making any play, and you're like, right, now I get a battle phase.
Yeah.
Easy life.
And it also stops Adamantimators. So I am playing this. And it's just for a choice go second. You can use it go first because you can set it to the board as well. Like 3 evenly matched.
Yeah, and of course your list does set up boards that can, like, I guess, self-protect. So against, like, I guess, matchups that are like Eldritch or, I'm trying to find the word, Altergeist, you're able to blow them out with that, and then main phase 2 at least set something up. You get your advantage established.
So then it's the going second to go first against a heavy go first deck.
Yeah.
So like I'll take the game 1 on the chin like a boss, and then I'll just go right.
Now you lose.
Yeah, I want to mess your board up.
Yeah. Totally. I'm not about playing this advantage game. I want free advantage from evenly.
So it's the same reason why I'm playing Dark Ruler no more. So again, it's another. You can go first with it, or you can go second. But the second that there is another turn involved, I can just negate all your board, pop it all. Yeah, I can't do you damage that turn, but hopefully you won't have a comeback because you've used all your resources by that point.
And it just tells Adamantimator to go die.
Effectively, that is what it is there for.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and this one's a bit weird because I have 3 slots, but this will probably be coming out for the Union Carrier package.
Okay, so you can
this is Noble Knights Brothers. So he's just in there as an extender. So I can drop him. I can drop another Noble Knight in my hand to the board straight away. So so I can get straight to, because there's a level 4 tuner, I can get straight to the level 8 big boy and then get equips on him straight away.
So you can skip a step depending on what you're playing against.
Yeah, so he's in there just more for the go first. That way I've got the extra extend for another negate.
Makes sense.
The only downside is for the rest of the turn I can only summon Noble Knights, so he's sort of like, I'd have to play him later on.
And there are certain boards where you can definitely make that work. It's just you have to play the unconventional OTKs instead of relying on clutch cards like Boral Sword or Utopia.
Yeah, so it's one of those, like, this will probably be coming out, but at the moment it's like one of the better options to go in with my limited resources. Because I'm still waiting for a load of stuff. So
well, I'll start to close us out. I mean, did you have any closing thoughts on the list? Any final things you want to say? Any
obviously
shout-outs to give?
We'll see how it plays. So, like, it is all very theory based at the moment. So it could be really good. It could be really bad. Obviously, I've taken a hero viewpoint on this. As to consistency over anything else.
Very much like a hero list.
Yeah. But as far as it goes, really, it's see how it goes. Shout outs. would be obviously to Mana Screw.
Yeah.
Best locals in the 3 counties, easily.
Absolutely.
Like, big things. Shout out to Jam Jam cards, because without Jam Jam cards, none of my decks would be possible.
There would be no hookup. Yeah, yeah.
Literally, like, I like pretty rarities, I like pretty cards. Without Jam Jam cards, things don't happen. So, as far as other shout outs go, don't think I really have any.
That's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Well, to close this out, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this more in-depth and, I suppose, introductory look at Noble Knights and Infernoble Knights for the, I guess, August format, before we see the Banpocalypse when live play really starts to kick up.
Yeah, I mean, Banpocalypse is going to be a thing, and obviously this is a very budget list. Like, there isn't a lot of the big combos that you would expect to be played.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
But...
Well, I hope you have all enjoyed. If you have, please leave it a like. Lets me know you want to see more of this sort of thing. Subscribe if you are new here. Share this with your friends if you think they'd enjoy it. And comment down below any thoughts you might have. Keep it positive for me, guys, as per usual. Hope you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time with some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Related content. Peace out. Bye-bye.